Welcome back to Simbright Fashion Academy YouTube channel for another interesting tutorial. So today I'll be teaching you how to make this beautiful corset top with strap. As you can see right here, it's a three-part corset. As you can see, I use different fabrics for the cup sets. Okay, so this is beginners friendly. I actually took my time to make this tutorial for those who are starting up in corset sewing. So I want you to pay attention to this class to learn the tips and tricks to making accurate simple corsets. So right here you can see the back of this corset with lacings and loops, and the loops are really well structured. So we have our boning channels where necessary, so you can see the lacings right there. Okay, so this corset class is really very detailed. So if this is what you want to learn in this class, please stay tuned to the end of this tutorial to learn more on corset. So this tutorial I'm making it for beginners. Okay, so I want to show you the easiest method of making your corset top. So to begin this tutorial, the first thing we are going to do is to draft the border line. So this border line is the starting point of this tutorial. So I'll also create the border line for the center front. So the first thing we are going to do now is to take all vertical measurements. So our vertical measurements are taken from the shoulder line. I'll be taking my chest line, my nipple point, my under bust point. Then I'll be taking my waist line. Okay, so I'll be showing you how to go about drafting your corset as a beginner using your bra cups. Okay, so I'm actually going to make this class very easy for you. So this is the sewing, the drafting tutorial. We'll also go ahead to sew this corset, so you'll be able to understand how to make your corset anytime, any day. So now on the shoulder line, I'm going to impute my shoulder divide by 2. Then I'll come down from my shoulder divide by 2 by 1 inch. I'll be taking 3 inches as my neck width. Okay, so we don't actually need a neck depth right here, because we are going to this corset is going to have a strap, as you can see right there on the thumbnail. So this is my chest line. My bust is 40, divide by 4 will give me 10 inches, and I'm going to transfer my shoulder divide by 2, which is 7.5, on the chest line, and this is it. I'll go ahead and connect this. Okay, so this is the front pattern we are making right here. So from here to here, I have I'll find the midpoint. So the midpoint, I'll just come in from this point by 0.75 or 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to connect this to this, and then I'm going to connect this to this as well. Can you see? So I've done this, we are good to go. So the next thing we want to do is on the waistline. On the waistline, I'm going to take my waist circumference divide by 4. This is my waist circumference divide by 4. I'm going to add 1.5 inch of that. So I'll just go ahead and replace the dot, because that is what I'm going to add for this corset top. So I'll just go ahead and mark this. So I'm going to use my bust span. My bust span is 7, divided by 2 is 3.5. So I'm going to mark that 3.5 right here. So because we are going to use a bra cup, the extension of this line, I'll just go ahead and mark from the under bust line to this for my dart. And this dart, like I added 1.5, I'm going to share that 1.5, 0.75 here, from here 0.75 to form the that. Can you see? Done with this pattern drafting. So of course, you know, let me keep it like this so you'll be able to understand what I'm doing here. So this is the shoulder, this is the chest line, this is the bust point, this is my under bust point, and this is the waist line. Okay, so because I don't really want this to be a crop corset, I'll just extend a little bit and add 2 inches. I'm going to add 2 inches to my actual waistline. Okay, so I have this cover my tummy a little bit. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and do this and connect my corset. So like I said, I'm making this class easy for beginners. Okay, so you can actually make a simple corset for yourself. So right here, I'll transfer this dart right now. The dart I was using is 0.75, which is a quarter. So I'll just go ahead and do this. Okay, so I'll actually advise you to extend this line, okay, this 2 inches line, before you make your dart. So I'm using my bra cup to create this corset. I'll be using my bra cup to create this corset. So I'll simply go ahead from the chest line. I'll come in by 0.5 as usual. So that's how to go about it from the chest line. Okay, so but before I extend this 0.5 line, because normally when we are making our corset, you have this 0.5 line extended, you know, at the center front area. This is my center front area. So I'm working with bra cup 40. I have a detailed video on this channel on how to choose your actual bra cup. So I'm going to bra cup size. So I'll also link it on the description box below. So this is bust 40. I'm using bra cup 40 size. So if you go to the market, you see the numbers of your bra cup on this side. Okay, it ranges from small to big, 32, 34. It goes on even numbers. So you can go ahead and watch that video on how to know your bra cup. So this 40 bra 40, you can see me sitting it right where I stopped my dart on the under bust. So this is how you are going to sit it. So you sit it this way. Can you see? So this is the 0.5 line. So I'll just trace that line wherever it stops. I'm going to make a line like this, and I'm going to do what? Trace, trace, trace. Okay, so this is where the bra cup stops. So at that point it stops. I'm also going to make a straight line. Okay, and that is that for your corset. Okay, and we are actually done with this pattern. So I'm going to cut this pattern out because like I said earlier, this is the easiest method for making your corset using your bra cup for beginners. Okay, so if you're a beginner and you've been finding it difficult to rock a corset or to make a corset for anyone, so this is it, and you have the class for yourself right here. Okay, so this is where the is going to sit. Okay, so another thing I love to do for corsets with straps this way, I'll just go ahead and measure. Okay, I'll go ahead and measure what I have from my shoulder line. Okay, in fact, if you look at it, you can see we have our bra cup stopping at this point. Okay, so normally I like to divide my shoulder by 2. From that natural neckline, I'll just go ahead and divide my shoulder by 2 equal parts. So if I do that, I'll go ahead and connect it to the bust point line we marked. Okay, so I'm just showing you how I determine my strap. Okay, and make that strap sit directly, because this strap is going to sit directly on this corset after we are done sewing it. And this is where my corset, my bra cup stops. So I'll just go ahead and take the measurement of what I have from here to here. So to that point I have 8.5. So please take note of this 8.5. I'm going to multiply this 8.5 by 2 for the back, for my back strap. So I took this measurement from here to here. Can you see? To this point. Okay, so times 2 here will give me 17. So I'm going to measure 17 inches of my strap. When we start cutting the strap, you understand why I took this measurement. So I'll just go ahead on the front, center front line, this way. I'll cut. Can you see? So I've cut it now. That is my corset. Okay, and that is the pattern we are going to use for the front. We are using this for the front with our bra cup. So this is where the bra cup, we are going to sew it in, as you can see. So the next we want to do now is to draft the back pattern. So for you to draft this back pattern, I'll still come ahead and make my border lines. So I'm making this border line still at 1 inch, as you can see. So once I've done that, I'll simply bring what I have. This is my center front area. Center front. I'll just bring the center front and match it up with what I have on the center back. Can you see? So once I match it up, I'll just go ahead and draw a straight line. Okay, right here. Can you see? I draw a straight line. So I will draw this straight line following the chest line. Okay, so I'll not go up to that point. I'm following the chest line. I believe you understand what I did here. So what I'm doing here is just to trace out the one I have already. Okay. Can you see that? So I've traced it out. So that becomes my back pattern. So the next thing I'm going to do is to contour this back pattern. Okay. But I am, instead of contouring this back pattern, we are going to make loops. Okay, it's going to have a loop. This corset is going to have a loop. So I'll just go in by 2 inches for the loop. It depends on how you want the loop. If you want it straight, you can go ahead. If you want it to have a V shape, so if it's having a V shape, I'm making this way 2 inches and here 1 inch. Okay, so it gives me that corset V shape pattern you always see and admire. Okay, so here is going to be the position of our loops. I believe you understand this explanation. Then this corset, I'll cut it the way it is right here. Okay, I'm going to place my dart. Okay, so before this loop division, we are placing our dart using our waist circumference. So from the center front, my waist circumference divided by 4 is 9 inches. Okay, so this is the position of our dart. I added 1.5 inch of it. Alright, so after creating this, next I'm going to do is to divide what I have from end to end. From here, this line to this line, I'm going to divide it by 2. So if I divide it by 2, I find the mid point. I also do the same. Whatever I have here, from here to here, I'll bring it back here. So from here to here, I have 5 3/4. I'll bring back that 5 3/4 at this point. Then I'm going to step down by 1 inch from that chest line, and then I'm going to create my dart to that point. So note that the dart we created for the front is 0.75, 0.75. So if you are using half an inch, for front, make sure it's equal. So I'll just go ahead and create this dart. Okay, so this is where we are going to have our boning channel sitting. So I'll just go ahead and cut what I have right here on this pattern. So I will just go ahead and cut the corset. Can you see that? So this is the back pattern piece. So this back pattern piece, this is the center back. The center back is going to have loops. Okay, we are going to sew loops to the center back. So right now I'm going to cut out what I have on this corset right now. Right away I will cut the back pattern and the front pattern with their linings, and we'll start go ahead and sew them. So this is the drafting pattern we just did. Now we are moving on to the sewing pattern in the next video. Thank you.